Meals with Simon.
Today we're going to make a Asian inspired chicken noodle soup. We've got 2 chicken breasts, a couple of stalks of celery, a couple of carrots, 1/2 green sweet peppers, half a red sweet pepper, 2 medium red chilies, 4 green chilies, butter bean sprouts. We'll use some coriander. We've got light and dark soy. Key flavours are going to be chilli, root ginger and garlic. So I've got a good thumb length, perhaps a bit more of the root ginger, and about 6 cloves of garlic. And then we've also got some chilli flakes and some garlic granules. And we're going to be using just instant noodles this time around, but you can use just normal dried egg noodles, much cheaper than fresh ones. And for a soup, it's absolutely fine. And then we've got some chicken bouillon, which we may add just to thicken the soup a bit. And we're also going to use 1 big white onion too. We've got enough coriander to do about 2.5 to 3 tablespoons once chopped up. So I've prepared the chilies, garlic and ginger with the skins removed and the tails off. I like my food quite hot and spicy, so I've used both red and hotter finger chilies. If you taste less than this and you want a milder noodle dish, use less finger chilies or omit them altogether, and maybe scale down the garlic if that's your style. The veg is prepped, sliced into smallish pieces. The celery, carrot, red and green pepper and the white onion. So here we've just got 2 chicken breasts which I've cut through the thickness, to halve the thickness, and then I'm going to finely slice them. They'll be quite thin because this is a braised dish, so it's not stir fried. Only slicing the chicken. That's just so here we are, all the ingredients prepped, which is the most time consuming thing about Oriental cooking. There's the chicken finely sliced and the veg finely sliced, and the key 4 flavourings: root ginger, red chilli, green chilli, garlic and coriander, and then we'll be using light and dark soy and the noodles and some chicken bouillon stock. So there we have the instant noodles, broken up into chunks with the seasoning from the packs put in with them. If you're not using instant noodles and just using egg noodles, then you'll probably use more chicken bouillon. So the noodles have been covered with boiling water, just enough to cover them, and they're just going to soak in that for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then that'll be added to the rest of the Chinese soup. So I've got a little bit of vegetable oil, and I'm just gently softening and sweetening the carrots and the celery before I add the water and the rest of the ingredients, just for maybe 5 minutes, just to soften them a bit and get them sweet. Don't really need to do it with the rest, but these 2, it helps. The rest of the veggies in. Well, the peppers and the onions, just breaking them free, particularly the onions, before we add the water and what becomes the flavourings in the stock. Water's in, and we're now just going to add the chicken because it's going to poach, because this is basically a braised dish. The chicken will discolour as it cooks and add flavour to, you can see colour coming out of it already. It's going right to basically the broth of the stock. You can see the chicken's already starting to discolour after a few minutes. Now adding the main flavours, that's the root ginger, garlic. We're not going to put the coriander in yet, that'll go in very late. There's the chilies. And we'll put in the bean sprouts later and finish off with some soy sauce. I'm just putting in a couple of teaspoons of the bouillon because there's some stock flavourings in the instant noodles. If I was using, this is just a lovely Asian chicken powder. Good Asian stores will stock it, but if you have to, use some chicken bouillon powder or even chicken stock cubes if you have to. Soup is now coming to the simmer, and I'm just going to simmer that for about 4 or 5 minutes before I add the bean sprouts, because the bean sprouts need a lot less time. I'm trying to get it so that the veg is soft without losing too much colour. Just adding the bean sprouts because they don't take long. Make sure they're in the water, and then I'll gently mix them in before we add the noodles and finish off with the soy. Add in the noodles to the soup because it's near enough cooked. Oh yes, just got the quantity right. How about that? About 2-3 tablespoons of light soy. And about 1 tablespoon of dark. Just going to put in most of the coriander and leave a little bit just to garnish on top when we serve. So here we have the finished chicken vegetable noodle broth. Big portion, feed a good 4 to 6 main portions. So here we have it plated up, garnished with fresh coriander, a hot, spicy chicken vegetable and noodle oriental broth. Meals with Simon.
Would you try this out? Comment while you're in below. Please like, subscribe or follow for more smashing foods and recipes.
Don't forget to share with other food lovers.